Hello and welcome back to more Professor Layton in the Last Specter, where last time we played through the first chapter of the game, which was the Fog of Miss Valerie, and today we're going to be playing through Chapter 2, The Boy Who Foretold Disaster. We have arrived at Clark's house, and now, after we made our way through the town and checked all the damage that this alleged specter has been causing, we are going to meet up with a new old friend, that being Luke, the legendary assistant from the original Professor Layton trilogy. So, that's what we are going to do, but first, what do you have to say? Luke's room is upstairs. Good luck, you're going to need it. Great. How immensely helpful of you. Okay, is there anything interesting around here that I can find before we leave? Oh, okay, something there. This mirror is so polished, I nearly greeted my reflection. A mirror reflects, but sometimes it can also complicate a problem. Take this puzzle, for example. It will never not be funny to me how people can be in the middle of an insane situation, even though this isn't an insane situation, but just generally speaking, and just randomly they'll be like, aha, this bundle of rocks on the floor. This reminds me of a puzzle. Just for no reason whatsoever. It's all too easy to get lost in this big, dusty hall. There are 14 mirrors set out in some sort of strange arrangement here. You're trying to find a way out, but your only clues are a small arrow on the floor and a laser pointer bearing the words, exit indicated by larger arrow. A small arrow on the floor and a laser pointer bearing the words, exit indicated by large arrow. By larger arrow, okay? So my immediate thought from that was that the lines would form a laser, form an arrow that would point to where you have to go, but that does not appear to be, I mean, I guess the green, some of the green lines are sort of indicating towards D, like there are two lines on the right that are literally pointing towards D. Although, a laser pointer bearing the words exit indicated by larger arrow. Oh, okay, so the laser pointer is up at the top next to B, and that's where the laser is shooting out of. And they're mirrors, which means that if you point a laser, it would reflect. Okay, hold on. Let me use the memo feature. I'll make it red just because laser. If I draw a line, where does this reflect to? So that bounces there. That wouldn't bounce directly across, it would bounce back here. Okay, yeah, it's gonna be B. I can already tell if this is gonna form an arrow. I had a feeling that if the laser is gonna bounce off a mirror, it's gonna form an arrow in a certain direction. So, and it looks like it's gonna end up pointing towards B. Because then this, yeah, okay, bounces here, then here, and then here, and then back where we started to form a not so neat arrow, but it's definitely an arrow. Okay, so B it is then.
I'll handle this one, Professor.
Oh, my lord.
That puzzle was no problem.
That was a neat little trick. Okay. Guess we got a new victory screen. Very focused. The beam from the laser pointer creates a really large arrow that points to B. That must be the exit. I honestly did not see the laser pointer at first. I saw the arrow. I thought that was supposed to indicate where you started from. I didn't realize that was actually the laser pointer pointing in that direction, and then once you draw it out, it actually forms an arrow. Nice. I'm very impressed, Emmy. So I've proven myself worthy enough to be your assistant. But of course, I never doubted your abilities, Emily. I almost said Emily. Okay, so upstairs we gotta go. Let's go. Up the stairs in the central area to go talk to Luke. I assume he's in here. I was incorrect. I don't think that this is Luke's room. This appears to be Clark's study. Clark seems to be a tidy fellow. He always was very organized. I could learn a few things from him. To be perfectly honest with you, I assumed because the mat on the floor was blue. Luke has his infamous blue hat, and I just associate the color blue with him. So, because of the way that he dresses, obviously he has the blue hat, the blue shirt, and all that, but I was incorrect. It turns out this is not where we have to go. Depressing. Let's retrace our steps somewhat, and try this door.
Maybe he's sleeping.
Perhaps. Luke, my name is Professor Layton. I'm a friend of your father's. Could we talk for a moment?
Certainly, but first, you'll have to solve my door puzzle.
Okay.
Your door puzzle? Ah, I see. Luke means to test our mettle with a puzzle.
That's so cute, Professor. Let's do it.
So we shall.
If you are truly the esteemed Professor Layton, then this puzzle should be no problem. You will have 15 seconds to perform specific action in front of the door. Just a second, young one. How are we to know exactly what it is we're supposed to do? You may search the area outside my door as much as you like. And when we're ready to perform this action, whatever it may be, we should let you know? Correct, but I will tell you now, you can't do anything to solve this puzzle.
You can't do anything to solve this puzzle. You can't do anything to solve this puzzle. Well, that's obviously incorrect in the way that you want me to take that, because if it has to be solvable. So if I can't do anything, do you mean to say we shouldn't do anything, as in just sit around waiting for you? Examine the area thoroughly by tapping objects with your stylus. When you think you know what to do, tap Call Luke. I feel like I could just sit here and not do anything. I mean, I guess I may as well check to be sure, like, what is this teddy bear holding?
This card says, Happy 7th birthday! How adorable!
This must have been one of Luke's birthday presents.
Aw, this little stuffed teddy is so soft. Don't touch my bear.
That seems to be rather important to him, Emmy. Perhaps we should let it alone for now.
I was just looking at it. Relax, Luke.
Okay, I'm just gonna call Luke. This seems self-explanatory. Ready, Luke?
You know what you have to do?
I believe so, yes.
Professor, are you sure? Then let's begin. Please stand in front of the door. Remember, you can't do anything to solve this.
Yeah, thanks, I get it. Solve the puzzle. Pretty sure you just let the clock run out. This seems like a bizarre puzzle, but it seems to be the solution that makes the most logical sense.
That is what you had to do.
You can't do anything to solve this puzzle. Or in other words, to solve this puzzle, you can't do anything. Nothing was the thing we had to do to solve the riddle. An interesting puzzle, Luke.
So even from inside his room, he could hear us if we did something.
Now, Luke, are you convinced that we are who we say we are? Luke, you open the door now?
As I promised.
A clever puzzle, Luke. Your letter. I thought you might want it back.
Professor, you think Luke wrote the letter?
Oh, I just assumed that was the case.
Clark was never a fan of typed correspondence. He always wrote his letters out in longhand.
It would make the most sense for that to be
Moreover,
the case.
only someone very close to Clark would know about our past together. This someone would know I could never ignore a friend.
It would be
in
much
need.
easier for him to do it from
Are
inside
you
the house as
really?
well.
Professor Layton?
Is this true, Luke? How could you do something like this? What were you thinking? Were you even thinking at all? Here now. Don't you turn your back on me again.
Wow,
Clark,
that's
please.
amazing. I went from liking you to hating you in an
Forgive
instant.
me. The boy has barely spoken to me in the last 6 months. He's been so withdrawn since the appearance of the Spectre, I don't know what else.
Very soon. The world will end.
What the hell was that? Okay, that was weird. And kind of creepy. Alright, well, yeah, I assumed the second we found out that Clark didn't write the letter that it must have been Luke. It made logical sense for that to be the case. But, as for him immediately snapping and calling me, or like snapping at Luke for calling Layton here, that seems like a bit of a harsh reaction. It is amazing how Clark was so friendly at the end of the last episode, and now I don't want to. Now I'm kind of hoping the Spectre gets him next, honestly. The end of the world? What do you mean by that?
I mean what I just said.
Now, having said that, it is weird to see Luke being so angsty. Usually this doesn't happen until you get older, but Luke's supposed to be younger here.
Luke, you can't say something like that and not elaborate.
Although I guess, how old was Luke in the original trilogy? Let me look that up real quick. Apparently he was around 12 years old in the so I was, okay, yeah, so technically he hadn't even entered the angsty teenage phase yet. So it's weird to see him act like this now. Of course, I don't know. Moving on. He just won't open up to anyone. He wasn't always like this. When he does speak, it's only just to say something inscrutable, as you saw. Prophecies absurd. Prophecies? It's all my fault. What are you talking about, Clark?
I'm sorry. I have urgent business I must attend to on my No, you can't just... No, you can't...
You don't just say something like, it's all my fault. My son is reclusive, he's not telling anyone. He's forecasting a terrible disaster. Anyway, gotta go, see you later!
Thank you, Herschel. I'm afraid that it is time for Master Luke to retire. What now? We're right in the middle of something. It's still light out. Nevertheless, it is bedtime. If I may, Doland, I'd like to ask Luke just one more thing. Luke, though the town has been repeatedly attacked by the Spectre, no one has been injured. It seems that an oracle alerts the townspeople about which areas to evacuate from. Luke, I believe that you are this oracle. Am I correct? What? Absurd. Luke, I must ask you a very important question. Do you know when the Spectre will appear next? Master Luke will not stand for such balderdash. Please leave at once. Tonight. The Spectre will appear tonight. But how can you know that? Tonight. If you want, I can also show you where it will appear next. I would very much like that, Luke. Master Luke, this joke is in poor taste. Please don't tell me I father about this, Doland. Master Luke, Are you certain this is okay? Yes, Doland. Did you tell the townspeople? Did you tell them about the Spectre just as before? I did. I will make a final tour of the area to ensure that everyone has gone. But then where will the Spectre appear tonight? Great Ellie Street. Then we must go now. Even if we can't stop the Spectre, we must confirm Luke's prediction. Yeah, let's run headfirst into a tornado, why not? Good luck. Please don't let it actually be some sort of regular weather phenomenon. Let's have that not be the case. We just consistently on Tuesday night or whatever, a tornado rampages through the town. In specific areas that are predictable. Okay, on the move we go. Luke has now joined the party, as we can see on the bottom screen, which I can make flip up right there whenever I want. Pretty neat. Are you sure you should be going out this late, little Luke? It's weird for you to say this late when you can see, or at least it seems to be still daylight out, but it's fine. Beth, you out? I mean, can you please keep it a secret from your father? Of course, don't worry. Oh, but Mr. Professor, can I trouble you for some help? Of course, madam. Whatever's the matter. Doland, he's the butler, mind you, scrawled it on this note. But I can't for the life of me read it. A note? Please allow me. Certain curtains. Worth 20 out of 20. Alright. The butler left a note. Oh, hold on, let me switch this around. The butler left a note with instructions, but it's hard to read because he seems to have written it in a hurry. Don't forget curtain 13. And yet there are only 4 curtains labeled A, B, C, and D. Which of these was he referring to? Well, the first thing I can think of is that he was trying to write B, because if you chop off the little dangly bit at the top of the 1, and then you shove the 1 and the 3 together, it looks like it could be a B. But if your handwriting is sloppy enough, it might come off as a 13, so I'm gonna say probably try to say curtain B. Oh, I keep forgetting you have to tap once to trigger the thing, and then tap it again to actually
A challenging
answer.
puzzle, to be sure.
It's weird, I don't like
The
it.
thrill of a good solution.
It's weird and I don't like it. It's suddenly, instead of the thing where the character JPEGs appear incrementally closer to the screen as they flash against a black background, now it's this weird tile sliding thing. I don't like it. Correct, the butler meant the B curtains. It's easy to mistake a hastily written B for the number 13. A gentleman always has good penmanship. Now, admittedly, I don't know that that would ever happen, because I feel like even if you have the sloppiest handwriting in the world, you're probably gonna connect, like, doesn't everyone just draw B in one motion? You draw the line and then you draw those 2 little humps? I don't know that you would pick your pen or pencil up, and then, whatever. It's a puzzle, we got picker odds, it's alright. Oh, so that's what he wanted. Thank you. Maybe now he'll be a little nicer to me. Now that you correct his handwriting, I'm sure he'll love that. I'm happy to be of service. Just between us, this isn't the first time Dolan's handwriting has been hard to read. He used to have lovely penmanship, of course. See, but this isn't even an example of poor handwriting, it's just you wrote the number 13. That's all you did. But now that Mr. Triton is mayor, Dolan has more responsibilities. Still,
can't read what I can't read. I wish he would just do things the way he used to do them. Alright. Let's keep on moving to the site of the Spectre's next attack. Where are we headed, Luke? The Spectre will appear tonight on the Great Ellie Street in the North Ellie District. That boy we met earlier said they were evacuating that area. It seems that Dolan has given them my warning. Luke, what's the fastest way to North Ellie? There is an intersection past the boat landing. From there we need to go north. I'll show you the way.
It's weird to not give him, because usually, my Luke voice in the original trilogy was something like,
Professor!
but his voice in that cutscene sounded lower pitched than it did before, despite the fact that he's younger in this trilogy. It's weird. Plus, I guess it kind of works though, because Emmy's voice is also higher pitched.
That's the area the police blocked off, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I believe the police have been helping with the evacuation. We saw a house earlier that had been destroyed by the Spectre. Do you know anything about that? Brock's house, you mean? Yes, it was attacked. No one was hurt, but his house was destroyed. So that was the Spectre's handiwork? I certainly hope we can help the people of Mistalery, Professor. I'm sure we'll find something useful in North Ellie, but first, I'd like to see all of the damaged buildings. Has the Spectre attacked many areas around town, Luke? I'm afraid so, Mr. Layton. Let's go back to Brock's house. I would like to be certain that we didn't miss anything the first time.
Alrighty then. I'd like to say that we were pretty comprehensive, but we really weren't. We were kind of more focused on getting to the Triton Estate than we were anything else. So we'll keep making our way through town. Oh, I didn't wanna, yeah, well, I guess we're talking to this guy now. Hey, there's Luke, my boy. Glad to see you getting some fresh air, kid.
Oh, hello, Bucky.
Growing boys like you need to get outside and play. You trust old Bucky? You'll have a lot of fun playing outside with this.
Thank you very much, Bucky.
The toy train minigame has been added to the trunk. I didn't ever mess with any of those in the original trilogy, and I probably will not do the same here. So, that's that. You got a new course for the toy train. Bucky's train. Cool. Lay down your tracks and let your train to the rest. Try and collect all the different courses. See, now that... Here's a little anecdote about me. I loved trains as a kid. I made so many... That was always something that I would get for Christmas presents, was just sets of train tracks. Different colored train tracks, different textured train tracks, the ramps, roller coaster style things, little houses you could build, little train towns. I loved building, my whole room was, or my whole playroom as a kid was just endless train tracks. I probably still have a video somewhere of the train tracks that I would build as a kid. And let me know if you remember the name Geotracks, if that name rings a bell for you. Geotracks specifically, I wanted to have all the Geotracks trains. I think there was a little sheet that had a list of all the ones you could get. And you know what? I think there was even a Toy Story 3 one. I know I had a Toy Story 3 train set where you could build up the opening scene from the beginning of Toy Story 3, which even had a collapsible bridge to mimic the exploding dynamite from the beginning of the movie. I'm pretty sure Geotracks made that. I'm not entirely sure, but point is, I love trains. So if there was ever a game that would make me, or if there was ever a minigame in the Layton series that would get my attention, it would be that. So who knows?
Look at these rugged overalls. They're perfect for boating. Come back later for a boat ride. Right now, we're dealing with maintenance issues, but we'll be back up and floating soon. Be sure to stop by then.
Sure thing. I probably won't, unless the story necessitates it, but you never know.
The Spectre crushed my house. Now I've got a flat. Beat that! I'm sorry about your home. It was lucky you weren't hurt. It wasn't luck. The Oracle said the Spectre was coming. An Oracle should become a meteorologist. The police evacuated us out of here, sure, but what now? I think I let my Spectre insurance lapse. Feel free to laugh with me anytime here, folks. Laughing at a time like this can make some of us feel rather sad.
True enough. Let's leave him. He needs time to deal with this. Luke, what other places were hit by the Spectre?
There was a house east of the cross was still being repaired.
Then let's head there. Luke, after you.
Alright, let's go.
Oh, I don't know what that said. I tapped too fast. Oh well. I just instinctively clicked on the shoe to travel. And then a message pops up. Oh well. Okay, guess we have to go further because the library looks very much not destroyed.
Some houses along the canal were damaged by the Spectre. Most of them have been repaired by now.
Was there any connection between the damaged houses?
What are you thinking, Professor?
Oh, nothing. Yet.
But you must be thinking about something.
We're going to need to gather a bit more information here, Emmy. Luke, where else can we see evidence of the attacks? Oh, alright, let's head to North Ellie Street and see if the Spectre will appear there next.
North Ellie Street is just north of the crossroads. I'll show you the way.
Yes, I would assume that North Ellie Street is north, thanks.
I hope the police aren't still blocking the way.
Probably not. But do you have a puzzle for me? You do not. Lame. Lame! I want puzzle.
Hello, Thomas.
Why, it's little Luke Trident. Where is your father today?
My father is at home.
I see. I wanted to ask you what I could have done to make your mother so angry with me.
Oh, my dear, why, how, what now?
She always came by to talk over her travel plans, but this time she left without even a word. She must have had some reason that she didn't want to talk to me. And to go off alone? She always loved family vacations, unless her and your father were fighting.
Hey, maybe don't burden the small child with all this drama. Maybe don't do that.
Oh, sorry, Luke. Don't listen to me. I was just babbling. Your parents get along better than anyone. You just let me know when your mom gets back in town.
So, there's a nice canal next to you. It'd be a shame if someone were to accidentally bump into you and make you go for a swim.
She's been gone quite a while. I don't know when she'll be back.
Sometimes adults have to go do their own thing for a bit. She'll be home soon to spoil you rotten.
So, all I wanted was a puzzle. Instead, I got you just rambling about things you definitely should not be saying to the small child. But it's fine. I'm sure everything will be okay. Everything will be just fine. Do you have a puzzle for me? Ah! We finally found one.
Hey there, tourists, eh?
Yes, well, something like that.
My name's Mito. Call me Mito. I don't go into details, but you should leave at once. This gallery is dangerous right now. Sightseeing is not a good idea.
Are you referring to the Spectre? If so, you needn't worry.
How do you know about the Spectre? The legend of the Spectre is not supposed to leave our borders.
We've been asked by Mayor Triton to investigate the affair.
The mayor? Really? Perhaps he's more competent than I thought. But how good are your deductive skills? Let me see you work here.
Prove you can solve crimes or solve mysteries by solving this puzzle that's only worth 10 picker-rats. Oh boy, that'll really show him. Also, we missed another puzzle. We jumped from puzzle 9 to puzzle 11. There was probably something down by the canal that I just missed. Some obscure object I had to click on. While this photograph shows two cyclists passing each other on a hill, the camera was tilted when it was taken, making the incline look completely flat. Can you tell which side of the photo is actually uphill? Please tap either A or B to answer. Okay, which side is uphill and not downhill? Well, Biker B isn't pedaling at all. And I don't know if you guys know this, but if you're biking uphill and you aren't using the pedals, you're not going anywhere except down. Gravity will do the rest for you. So, A is pedaling because they need to be going uphill, and then Biker B, if you're going down, then you can just take your feet off the pedals, and like I said, gravity will do the rest. So, Biker A is going uphill. Every time, I always tap once.
What do you think about this?
Thinking it'll be enough. And then I have to click it again,
Professor.
just to get the screen to go away. Or the tap here to start thing, whatever. Puzzle 11, downhill from here, is now in your puzzle index.
Aha, I see you've got some potential. Good news for us. Good luck in your investigation.
Can you tell us anything about the Spectre?
No. But I do wonder why the Spectre chose to show up now. We've had a problem with these sinkholes appearing lately. Seems some unnaturally thick fog, too. So many problems in our little town these days.
Oh, the strange mist is a new mystery? I thought we... Wasn't one of the first things... Chapter 1 was literally called the Fog of Mist Allery. But oh well. Up the warped hill we go.
This is North Ellie. You're a great tour guide, Luke. You're as good as this you are at delivering the hidden messages. Hidden messages? Yes, like the one in the letter where you wrote "Help SOS." What was that all about?
I believe that test was intended for me. Luke here was hoping to find someone that he could trust.
because sometimes it's difficult to share secrets with those closest to you, and it's always easier to speak with someone who understands you. Will that be fair to say, Luke? Judging by his expression, I say you've impressed Luke with your powers of observation, Professor. Luke, is there something you'd like to tell us? You can trust us. I can't. Not now. That's fine, Luke. We can wait until the time is right. For now, our hands are full with the Spectre. We need to find a place where we can safely observe the Spectre. The second floor of the hotel on Great Alley looks down onto the street. That is our next destination, then. Oh. I thought we solved the letter mystery a while ago, but... The mystery thing seems a bit delayed, I must admit. Alright, any puzzles? Does this guy have a puzzle for me? No, he doesn't.
The evacuation order has been given. Move along now, nothing to see here.
Didn't we just see you elsewhere?
How am I supposed to know who or what you just saw? The salary officers have the same uniforms, helmets, and haircuts.
For definitely not budgetary reasons.
Many of us are related as well. It's all by order of Chief Jakes. But this isn't the time to discuss official regulations. I can't let you pass this way. You'll have to get permission from either the chief or the mayor.
They have permission.
Ah, Mayor Triton's son is accompanying you. Well, that's a different matter then. You may pass. Tell your father I said hello, will you, son?
And he just moves to the other side of the area. Alrighty then. We have multiple choices as to where to go here. Where to go? I kind of want to know what happens if we go forward, because the left and right both go around the area, but there's a little alley down here. Where does this take me?
That leads to Pike Lane. That's right, the hotel is on Great Alley Street.
Turns out the answer is I can't go that direction. Hey there. Fancy. Okay, I honestly thought we would never see you again. I honestly thought you were invented for the tutorial.
Ah, yes, fate is kind to bring us together once more. I hope you are well, my friends.
Yes, we meet again. Is there something we can help you with?
You help me? That is rich indeed. Don't you know I am the tutorial man? Say nothing but tap that pipe there. Tap strong. You must tap 10 times or so.
Oh, this again? Ay, ay, ay.
You found a new item, tiny fossil. See, that's what I expected to have to do the first time. When you said tap 3 times, I thought you had to spam tap it, but no, you had to tap once, get dialogue, tap again, get dialogue.
Yes, start a collection with that. Now you just may discover an entire new passion. There are treasures hidden in odd places around town. Add these objects to your collection.
Great, I will find none of them.
Soon your collection will be grand enough to inspire many all across the land. These items are scattered about, so if you think a place suspicious, tap, 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 and then tap more.
I understand. Thank you. This is quite to my investigative liking.
Those are the words of a passionate gentleman. Let me reward you, good sir. Do you recall the bridge where fate first brought us together? Go to the wooden box there. Trust me. And now I shall take my leave. Follicle duties call. Enjoy your tapping, my friends.
See you for the next tutorial. I really thought we would never see him again. I thought for sure he was never going to appear. You received the collection from Aldous. Collection is now available in the trunk. Yeah, okay, cool. Store any rare items you find in your travels. Collect as many of these items as you can in your investigation. I guarantee you, we'll never find another one. We now have a place to store items during our investigation. Now to the hotel on Great Alley Street. I wanted to explore the rest of this area, but I suppose that's not gonna happen. Okay, onward we go. I could go back to check the box where we first entered, but I don't think we need to. I'm not super keen on trying to find all the collectible things that he dropped off for us. I guess, you know what? Since we're here, let me just spam tap a couple things. Okay, that has a hint coin. No collectibles there. There appear to be no hidden items anywhere around these parts. We have a hotel to get to.
Here's the hotel.
If the area has been evacuated, everyone should be gone, right?
Only one way to find out.
Oh! Huh. Interesting. You can actually find hidden puzzles by doing that. That's kind of cool. In fact, that's actually very cool. That gives me more incentive to actually try to look around for some of that stuff. That's neat. I thought it was only going to be like stupid wordless collectibles, but no. It's more than just that. It's a hidden puzzle. This puzzle is worth 60 out of 60 Picarats. Or Picarats, whatever. Also, puzzle 145. We've, jumped ahead somewhat, to say the least. Anyway, you are working on creating a map of a small cubical planet. The map has been folded out so that the 6 sides lie flat. All you need to do is fill in the squares to complete the map. Rotate and place the pieces so that the roads on the assembled map all connect properly. There will be one piece left over at the end, of course. Alright. That seems simple enough. It's just a cube. I mean, I've made throughout introduction to engineering design courses, both high school, college, throughout geometry, this seems like it should be simplistic enough. I'm familiar enough when it comes to organizing cubes, so first things first, we need to get the top thing to link together. Of these, the 2 on the right, it can't be the one that goes directly below the one that's already there. It can't be the 2 on the right because those don't line up properly. If it's not this one, okay, that doesn't line up, which means that if it's not, is this gonna line up? No, so it has to be this one then. Okay, that's good there. Then we need to find a way to get that to connect. That's the reach out to the middle. So there's only 2 that could be. That one could work. In fact, it has to go out to the top so that when it wraps on the other side, it links there. So that might work for now. Oh, I can rotate. Oh, that makes this a lot harder. Oh no. I didn't. Oh, okay. Oh, this is harder than I actually thought. All right. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Okay, so I think that the one piece I've placed so far is still correct. So that's something. If I rotate that one and link that together there, that connects. And then and then the thing on the other side has to connect to that. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. But that would work. Though that lines up perfectly. And then, because I can't use this one to do that because then I need something to connect to the one on the right. That one would connect to the middle. Now I just need something to link both of them together, and there's only one that does that. No, that doesn't link them together. Never mind. But if I rotate this, that links all that together. And then all I need to do is that should finish it, because when you wrap that back around, that'll line up with the loose ends, I think. Maybe?
Some puzzles must be met directly.
Okay, that worked.
No puzzle is without an answer.
That was harder than I thought it was going to be completely honest with you. I did not expect it to be as challenging as that, but we still made it through. Okay, cool. Puzzle 145, Planet Cube, is now in your puzzle index. One good puzzle deserves another, and there is always another. Alright. Let's go in. I don't see anyone here.
There's a bell on the counter. Let's see if anyone answers it.
Oh, there's a puzzle hidden in the bell, huh? Really? Oh my dear lord.
Well, finally some guests. Can I get you folks a room?
So, you must be aware that you are at risk today. Have you not received the evacuation order?
Evacuation order? I thought we had more cancellations than usual. As the owner of this establishment, I have no intention of leaving.
The Spectre is coming tonight. You won't be having any guests.
Well, let the blasted Spectre come. He can put down a deposit just like everyone else. Besides, where is there to run to? The Spectre won't be leaving Miss Salary anytime soon.
Perhaps not, but at least you'd be safe.
Did you ring the bell to get a room or to badger an old man into abandoning his business? I suggest you refrain from telling me to go elsewhere unless you'd like me to tell you the same.
I suppose that's logical. We would like a room, please.
Actually, you look like pretty sophisticated folks. Maybe you could help me with something. Is it a puzzle?
Sure is. And it's not worth that much less than the one we just solved, surprisingly. You need to check all 12 rooms in the hotel. You want to be as efficient as possible and make your rounds without entering the same room twice. Excuse me, I forgot to turn off YouTube alerts for people to subscribe. I turned off the visuals for when people subscribe to the channel. I forgot to turn off the audio. I apologize for that. I will make sure that's disabled for the next episode. In as efficient order as possible, and make your rounds without entering the same room twice. There's a number you can use to help you remember the route there's a number you can use to help you remember the route, so that you can check every room quickly with no backtracking. What is that number? So I'm assuming that's a trick question to try to trick you into thinking too deeply about it. Because I'm guessing that what's gonna happen is that when you draw out the path, it'll form a number. So I'm just gonna focus on trying to figure out the correct way through, and then I'll worry about the number that it creates. So the first thing that comes to my head in terms of an efficient way through is to just do this, where you start here and then go down, then loop around and around and around and around. And that gets you to the end. That gets you to the end without entering any room twice. But that doesn't form a number. But there is another way through. In that if you do it like this, then you have a 2 that's formed there. And then you just do the reverse this side, which would be a 5, because obviously invert that, it looks like a 5. So 20. This is a weird puzzle. I mean, it's simple to figure out in terms of what's the most efficient way through. It's just... Do I have to draw it? Alright, you know what? I'm gonna give some points for that. That is some pretty smart AI. To be able to scan the picture and see what number you're putting in.
Sure.
Points for that. Points for that.
A gentleman leaves no puzzle undone.
Alright then. Yeah, that was weird. Because it's simple enough to figure out once you realize you have to think of it in the shape of a number. It's just asked strangely. Okay, puzzle 12, room checks, now in your puzzle index.
That's all there was to it. How can I lose sleep over that? Tell you what, take room 302. Best city view in the district. Right up the stairs.
You're too kind, thank you. Alright. Let's get a move on. Room 302, here we are.
This is great! We can see the entire block from here. I'll have a front row seat for the Spectre.
Well, we know that thick fog comes along with the Spectre. I hope the fog won't obscure our view. Very abrupt chapter endings this time around, I must admit. Alright, fun as usual. We haven't gotten to the... I'm bracing for the moment when this all flies off the rails and it just makes 0 sense, but until that point, we got some fun puzzles to solve, so I'm gonna enjoy it while it lasts. That'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time. I hope to catch you all tomorrow with some more Professor Layton and the Last Specter. Goodbye.